I really couldn't think of an intro for this. I've been following this game for a while before it came out, where I have a bit of interest in sharks and love creating havoc in games, and kind of thought of this as an update version of Jaws Unleashed, and after playing this did feel very familiar, although it does hold its own. Maneater is a third shark view action game with light RPG mechanics. That sounds weird saying that out loud. For the story, Maneater is a shark hunter TV reality show within the game. You start off as a badass shark killing everything, and then your mummy gets caught and killed by Scaly Pete. And you get ripped away from your mother's womb and scarred with a knife for future hunting, and as a baby shark you take his hand off to mark him back, and it becomes a revenge story for your mother. You play as a bull shark. The controls will take a bit of time to get used to due to the camera. Sometimes I had to fight with it when I was fast attacking an enemy underwater, except this does happen rarely. There's a submerge button on top of the water, and this actually got me annoyed when I was attacking the enemy and it locked me on top of the water and I had to press the X button to go back down again. A bit weird, that ain't saying the least. How the fuck did this make it through editing? There's a dodge button and a tail attack alongside biting, and you also get a sonar, what I found to be a very useful tool, where this can find cache boxes alongside signposts, and I recommend upgrading this first. The bigger the tear of the sonar, the bigger the area it covers. There is a lock on, but I never relied on this, where most of the time I was mashing that munch button all the time. However, biting and holding your prey in your mouth and using your tail whip on top of the water always made me laugh. It's shark baseball! You start off as a baby shark, and then as you rank up you get bigger and bigger and more badass and involved. The level system though caps you off at 30. Yeah, I don't like being capped off. Now I've got to say that you do eat a lot. I mean a lot. There's really no end to how much you eat, and this restores your health and helps you upgrade and evolve your shark. By eating like crazy for the nutrients, like turtles are for more for the bone shark upgrades and so on. There's only 3 tiers of upgrades: electric, bone, shadow / poison, and you can mix and match these all you want. There are 5 tier upgrades like 5 electric fins presets and 5 tier teeth ones. This is practically for all of the add-ons. But personally, the one that I favourite the most is the Shadow with its poison stun tower. I fucking love that one. A lot of time with this combo, it paralyses the enemy and takes a bit of time for them to recover, and at the same time they're taking damage. You're bound to have your favourite one, and you're going to continue using that one and stick to it. There are Shark Hunter boss fights what you got to lure out by being a naughty shark and killing as many humans as you can and getting the normal shark hunters after you, and once when you get this meter filled up, the hunter boss fights start off quite easy at first, and then as you progress they get a bit more challenging, and when you defeat them they unlock a new upgrade. The missions are quite simple: kill so many humans on a beach, or kill 10 fish, or kill 10 seals, and fight an apex predator by luring it out by eating its food.
Supersedes considered the Emperor of the Deep, the Great White.
And you do get upgrades by defeating these apex predators. Then you go to the next area and do it all again. Kill 10 humans, kill 10 fish, or kill 10 seals, and fight an apex predator again. And this keeps on recycling throughout each zone. And it can become repetitive, and I do wish that the main missions were more in depth like in Jaws Unleashed. In this you only get 2 or 3 main missions against Scaly Pete, and when I did fight Scaly Pete it just seemed like the other Shark Hunter boss fights that I faced, so there was no uniqueness to this boss fight. And everything else feels like a side activity, and this is where it really lets the game down because of it. The AI humans are dumb. They don't seem to run when your shark jumps out of the water and goes on land and tries to eat them. It's like the game saying it's all you can eat buffet. And going to the surface and jumping out on the beach and eating all the humans never gets old. I think that I enjoyed this a bit way too much. As for everything else what is submerged in water, the AI is usually pretty good. Those of you who like collecting things, this game has a lot of them. There's these cache boxes what give you minerals to your shark that are littered throughout each zone for you to find. Alongside these license plates and some odd weirdly site with these signposts, what usually about a TV reference or a movie one, I thought that they were kind of interesting though.
A clock would hardly be the strangest thing ever retrieved from a crocodile's mouth.
You constantly get a voice telling you about things like in a documentary sort of way, and some gamers out there knows that this is a voice of Jeremy out of Rick and Morty. And yes, it even had that reference from it with the Plutonians, so yeah, this game is well aware of what it is. Oh look Blue, there's wildlife! It's also very, very different up close, isn't it? Oh yes! Oh yeah. Out here in the wild, it's just so much more crap! Oh look, here they come back again. I really wish that reference was in it. The game runs on an autosave system, so I wish that there was a manual one as well. Yet I had no problems with this autosave system. Maneater's level design is an open world with 8 areas to unlock, except my favourite has to be the Gulf, with the whales that I've got to fight and the depth of the ocean. Each area I found was well crafted and the environment changes were nicely done. One minute you're going through the murky waters of nuclear waste ocean to a nice sandy beach. I love the locations by how different they were, and those of you out there who love exploration, this game has definitely got it. You can fast travel to each zone by these grottos that you unlock by doing the main missions or just find them by accident. I like that your shark starts off from the swamp and slowly moves out as you progress. There's these gates what locks off the other areas until you're a big enough size to smash it open. I love the shark animations, especially when you're eating something and jump out of the water and bite a human in half or something like that. It's just kind of awesome. And getting the Coast Guard after me and jumping on the boat and making a bloody fucking mess. I was a very bad shark. For the graphics, they do look alright. Okay, it's not going to be winning any awards, yet for the game's atmosphere it does look quite good with that sort of cartoonish feel to it. For the cutscenes, it all seems to be around a reality TV show that's going on, and I think they are alright and get to the point in a unique way. Megalodon, what do you think about getting your own reality show? Yeah, well, when I first heard about it, a documentary on me on doing nothing but eating, and eating humans every chance that I get, well, I didn't think that it would be a big hit as this. But here we are. Have you ever seen a human eat? It's completely fucking boring. For characters, there's really only 2 that you get to meet. Scaly Pete, who seems to really like shark fishing for his show. Then there's his son who carries stuff? And kind of like an apprentice before he goes off to college, I think. And then there's a cameraman who's asking the questions, but you never get to see the person behind the camera, so you only really get to meet 2 characters through the whole story narrative. The voice acting is not that bad for the main characters, it works well with the atmosphere, and the voice narrator, Jeremy, it does work well with the game. I clocked on around about 16 hours and that's doing everything that the game had to offer, but if you speedrun this, I could see it probably done in about 3 to 4 hours, maybe less. If you just want a fun dumb game what you can switch off to, then I would recommend this, and the price point does help it out a bit, where it's not a AAA title, it's more like a AA one. The only thing that held this game back for me is the missions. They all feel like side missions and there's only 2 or 3 main missions in the whole game. However, I do hope that we get another game that will focus a bit more on the main missions, especially with that ending. So have you played Maneater? What do you think of it? Leave it in the comments below. Until next game, you guessed it, I'm fucking off. What? It's not mummy, it's mother. One thing what I've got to say is a bit of a tease. It shows a great white shark in the load screens. Yeah, you only ever get to play as a bull shark. That is such a tease, especially if you're a Jaws fan. I found the bone armour useful for taking on the Coast Guard and the boats, while underwater the electric one seems to have a bit of an approach where it paralyses the target.